Hey there, Facebook family. How's everybody doing out there? I wanted to come on to do a quick motivational video, I guess. I'm feeling a little motivational today, but I got a message from somebody that was just kind of like, hey, Victoria, you're doing really well. You got this going on. You got that going on. You are doing it big and blah, 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 right? But then they're back. Like the conversation afterwards was kind of like, yeah, but like, I wish I could be there too. I wish I could get there too. And the answer is, you can. Like, you can get there. You will get there, but you have to put in the work. You have to be consistent. Everything you see that I am gaining didn't come overnight. Everything you see that I am doing was because of hard work, dedication, and consistency. And I think sometimes people really fail to understand like what that means. What does it mean? And sometimes people think they're being consistent. Like, I made a phone call and I called twice and I couldn't get through, so forget it. Like, no, like, if you're a person that you want to get something done, let's say you need a license, a driver's license. And if you can't get this driver's license, you can't drive, right? So you go up to the DMV, but they tell you, like, oh, the line is all the way out of the place and you probably won't be seen until 5 o'clock. And we close at 5 o'clock. So sorry, we can't get you a driver's license. There are people out there that will go home and be like, oh, well, guess I can't get a driver's license. And they'll never go back to the DMV. Or when they do go back to the DMV, it's like 2 weeks later when they just didn't have anything else better to do. So they got bored and they decided to go get it. And then when it didn't go right the second time, because maybe they went on a Monday and the damn DMV is closed on Mondays, and now they just give up and they just start driving around without a driver's license, and they get pulled over, and now you go to jail or you get a ticket because you don't have a license. All because you didn't feel like taking the extra mile, doing the extra effort to get what it is that you want. Those are the same people that when you look at their lives, because they didn't go the extra mile with small things, they're still sitting in a place of contentment. And they're wondering why everyone around them is rising and doing the most. It's because you're content with where you are. You're okay with the DMV sending you away and you not getting your license for that day. You're okay with calling to make a dental appointment and you were on hold for 15 minutes so you couldn't and you hung up. Like, you live a life of contentment. Me? Oh, I'm hanging up and I'm calling right back. Y'all, somebody up in there gonna do my teeth today. And if it ain't this place, I'm gonna call another place. Before the day is over, I'm going to get my dental appointment. That's how I roll. That's how I live. That's how I do everything that I do. If I went to the DMV and it was a long line and they said they couldn't see me till 5 o'clock, I'm looking up on my phone, where's the next DMV? I'm about to drive to the next one because I took today off and I'm supposed to get my driver's license today, and that's what I'm gonna get. How many of you know people that all it takes is 1 or 2 efforts and they're done? Like, they're not gonna go the extra mile. And honestly, I don't even think that's the extra mile. I think that's just you doing what you're supposed to do. Like, you had a goal in mind and you were supposed to achieve it. And you're supposed to do anything possible to achieve that goal. But because the goal didn't get achieved in 1 or 2 attempts, you gave up. And such is life. How many of you know people like that? Like, hit the heart if you know somebody like that. I'm telling you, there are so many people out there like that, and it hurts my heart because then they sit back and they look at a person like me and then they say something like, oh, everything comes so easy to you. You got this and you got that. No, I don't. None of this came easy. Like, if you really sat down and talked to me and knew my story, you would know, like, no parts of this was easy. Like, nothing was handed to me. It's called consistency, and it's called never giving up. Always going the extra mile. Thank you, Vanity. So I hope I'm inspiring somebody today. Like, I promise you, let me give you an example. I'm gonna give you a real quick example. When I was 16 years old, when my mom died when I was 15, I was 16 and I tried to enroll into high school. And a lot of y'all, Kim, I don't even know if you know this. Like, a lot of people that I went to high school probably don't even know this. I tried to enroll myself back into high school for my sophomore year. And when I tried to enroll, they wouldn't let me. They said, no, you can't enroll yourself. You have to have a parent enroll you. And I was like, but I ain't got a parent though. Like, I don't have a parent. I just want to go to high school because I want to get my high school diploma. Like, I don't want to get a GED. My mom would roll over in her grave, and I don't want to do that to my mom. My mom's goal in life was to make sure that I got a high school diploma. I'm going to get one. And so I tried my best. Let me talk to this person. Let me talk to that person. And nobody would let me enroll in school, y'all. Nobody. So what did I have to do? I kept complaining, calling out for help. And finally, I found an attorney who was willing to take me downtown, explain to me, hey, Victoria, did you know you can get emancipated? This is what emancipation looks like. These are the documents you have to fill out. I didn't know anything about emancipation, but because a closed mouth don't get fed, and I kept my mouth open and I talked about it and I spoke about it to anyone who would listen, I finally learned I had to get emancipated. And I got emancipated. I got my paperwork. I took my butt right back up to that school, and I got enrolled back into high school. Okay? What did I have to do? I had to wake myself up every morning and go to school. My parents didn't wake me up because there were no parents. It was me in my own apartment, setting my alarm, waking myself up every day, making sure that I went to 10th grade. Can you imagine doing that in 10th grade? In 10th grade. So this is in my blood. Like, what you see right now, this is in my blood. This is what I do. This is all I know how to do, is go get it. Halfway through my sophomore year, or was it my junior year? I think it was my sophomore. It might have been my junior year. Anyway, halfway through my junior year, I started to struggle to the point where I couldn't even afford my rent anymore. So I was working, and I was like, I'm not making enough money to pay for my rent. So I'm going to have to find a way to drop out of school. But I don't want to drop out of school because my mom's going to roll over in her grave. Like, I can't do that. So what did I do? I talked to my counselor. A closed mouth don't get fed. You got to talk to people. Tell them what you need. Tell them where you're struggling. Tell them what's going on. So I told my counselors, listen, I can't pay my rent. I live on my own. Like, I'm struggling. Is there any help out there for me? Yes, there's a night school program you can enroll in. Go enroll in night school, and then you can work during the day. So I was like, okay, cool. Now, at that time, I was in hair school. So I had hair school in the morning. I had high school in the afternoon, and then I had work in the evening. That was my life at 16, y'all. Can you imagine? So what happened was I had to drop out of hair school. And I'll never forget my hair school teacher, Miss Stephanie Jackson. I wish I could find, if anybody knows where Miss Jackson is, please send her my number. I want to talk to Miss Jackson. I want to let her know that I'm actually doing well. Miss Jackson was so hurt that I was getting ready to drop out of cosmetology school. She was like, Victoria, this is your last year. You already went through the first year. This is your second year. Please don't drop out. This is what you need. You need a skill, a career. And she was right. I do need a skill or a trade, but I wanted to drop out because in the moment, right here, I can't pay my $500 rent. So, and I don't want to be out on the streets. So we got to make something work, Miss Jackson. And that means I'm going to have to drop out of school. So I dropped out of cosmetology school. And my high school counselor showed me how to enroll in a night program. So long story short, I ended up going to night school. And I went to night school with all the adults and that were going to get their GED. But apparently there was some type of program where if I was taking some type of courses, it would be high school credit for me. So anyway, I went to night school at night with all the adults. And then I worked all day long, 40-hour weeks to pay my rent. I graduated with my class. And I'll never forget coming into graduation with my gown and my cap, and everybody was like, Victoria, we thought you dropped out. Nah, boo, I ain't dropped out. I'm here. I'm ready to walk with y'all. I'm graduating with y'all. I'm doing all of that with y'all. Yeah, I don't have no mama in the stands to give me a high five. I don't have a daddy in the stands to give me a high five and clap for me. But I'm going to walk across this stage because I know up in the sky she's watching. I was determined. I have spent my life being determined, and that's just one example. So when other people see me and they may make the comment, oh, she got it easy, she light skinned, whatever you want to say about me, baby, I'm telling you right now, it has not been easy. It is because of my determination. It is because I've always decided to never give up. It is because when somebody has told me no, move out my way. Move it, because you ain't the deciding factor. Move out my way. I'm about to find somebody that can tell me yes. I'm about to find somebody that can tell me how to do this. I've always lived my life that way. So I was having a conversation today with Naz. Naz, if you're watching this, Naz is my videographer. She does my videos for YouTube, hence my YouTube face. But we were talking about something small, about somebody who all they needed to do was just make a phone call and they didn't. And because of that, they lost out. And I was like, yeah, like so many people do that. Like, because if they made the phone call and they didn't get what they wanted on that phone call, they give up. And like, you're going to let another person on the other side of the phone line determine the future of your life? You're going to let the person at the DMV take away the fact that you need a license? You're going to let, like, no, I don't let anybody, because they have no idea what's in store for me on the other side. They're just an obstacle meant to be put in my way to deter me from what's really meant for me. Move out my way. Because I got somewhere to be. I got something to do. I'm not letting nobody get in my way. So I hope I inspire somebody to just say, don't be content. Don't live in a state of contentment. Don't just sit there and say, oh, it's hard, or I don't know how, or whatever. There are people out there to help you. There are people out there who will point you in the right direction. You just got to open up your mouth and ask. You just have to. You have to. That's right, Denise. Ain't nobody gonna stop what God has already planned for me. Period. So, hope this was inspiring. Oh, thank you. I got these earrings from when I went to California. I think they had like a thing going on in California where all the vendors come with small businesses. You know, I gotta support my small businesses. So I went and got some earrings. I got some African dresses. I did all of that. It was really, really nice. But anyway, I'm gonna get going. I hope that this was helpful for somebody watching. I hope this inspired you. If you know somebody that needed to hear this, because trust me, somebody need to hear this. Somebody just needs to be inspired. Tag them in it. Shoot it over to them. I hope to be inspiring. On another note, today was my first time doing sponsored YouTube videos. Yeah. Again, consistency and never giving up. I don't let anybody tell me no. I am a beast. When I want something, I am going to get it. So, as you know, I've been, you may not know, but I have a YouTube station that I have been working on for 2 years now. So this is 2 years of building content and creating content for free, just doing content because I wanted to help other people that were in the same situation as me and that's trying to open a CNA school but didn't know how to do it. So I wanted to help those people, so I created a YouTube channel. Now, in creating this YouTube channel, that's money and effort, makeup, all kind of stuff that I was paying for to do. Here we are, year 3, and I'm finally able to monetize it in so many ways. And some of those ways are by working with brands that I actually personally love, right? So you hear people say like, oh, I did a sponsored post or I did a sponsored ad or whatever. Well, I got the opportunity finally to create sponsored video content based on brands that I actually love, I back. And I wouldn't back them if I didn't believe and trust in them, because to me, my business and my word is bond. And anything that I refer my clients to, they hold to a very high standard because they know I hold myself, my business, and I hold them to a very high standard. So if I'm going to refer you to something, it's going to be top notch as well. I'm not working with any companies or any brands that are not top notch. So today I did my first sponsored videos, and it was such an awesome feeling to actually be creating content and getting paid to do it for once. 2 years, y'all, that's consistency. Who gonna sit up and make videos for 2 years and not get a return off of it like that? Who's gonna do that? A lot of people don't. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's about consistency. And it is about never giving up. Oh, and not to mention, these brands, I had to put the mouthpiece on them. Like, they weren't just ready to hand me over money. I had to show them my value, because people will try you. Oh, can you do a video for us? Yeah, it's going to be this and that amount of dollars. Oh, but we were just thinking. Yeah, and I was just thinking. You have to have those conversations. And so explaining to them, like, this is the value that I add. I know my worth. These are my numbers. This is what's going on. This is why you need me, and this is why you should pay me for this. And being able to use my mouthpiece, a closed mouth. Once again, don't get fed. I'm talking like somebody's grandma right now. That's how I was able to get sponsorships. So I'm excited about it. They, not all of them, some of them do come to me. Some of them I have to outreach to. But at the end of the day, closing the deal is all that matters. So I'm excited. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. It's great that you truly support those who are being sponsored on YouTube. I was wondering if the person had the option. I'm not sure I understand your question, Kim. Let me know. Consistency is key. Nothing great happens overnight. That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't happen overnight. It don't happen over a week. Like, it takes so much time. So be consistent. Never give up on yourself. If you give up on yourself, you're never going to achieve your dream. Nobody's going to achieve it for you. So the rule is you cannot give up on yourself, period. It's not an option. Don't give up on yourself. If I gave up on myself, I wouldn't be here today. Trust me, I've wanted to give up on myself. Let's not get it twisted. Like, it was so easy to almost say, you know what, forget high school, whatever. Like, it would have been easy to say that, and it was actually hard to not say it. But my mom, let me tell you something about my mama. Mama, shouts out to you. I'm about to talk about you for a minute, and then I'm going to go. Nas, have you been here the whole time? Because I had already shouted you out. Where you been? But let me tell y'all about my mama real quick. My mama had the fear of death in me so bad that when she was gone from this earth, I still feared her. I still feared her. And honestly, I thought that was a bad thing growing up. I thought my mama was the absolute meanest person. I thought she was just downright evil. She didn't, she just wanted to be mean to me, and she didn't want me to have any fun. And like, I just thought all these things about my mom. But you know what? God knew that one day she was going to be gone, and I had to be prepared for life on this earth without her. And everything that she said to me, every mean bone in her body that I thought was mean, but it was her being stern and trying to get me ready for this real world when she was gone, proved to be everything that I needed. Everything that I needed. So much so that, again, in her absence, in her casket, I was still fearful of her. Because I didn't want to let her down. I didn't want to tarnish her legacy. I didn't want to be something that I know she didn't want me to be, because she only wanted greatness for me. So shouts out to Mama Vicky. Shouts out to you, Mama, because it is because of you that I am who I am today. And on that note, I'm gonna go, because I'm hard now. Can't nobody be seeing me cry. All right. So I'm gonna get going, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and stay encouraged, be consistent, and you will get everything you desire, everything you need, and everything you want. I promise.